Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Just Start Talking. I don't know if we're on episode 5, 6, 7. I don't actually know what episode I'm on. But fuck a wee ball. I'm just gonna start talking because that's the whole point of this. Well, I think that this week has been very insightful. Happy Lunar New Year, because that one was fun. February went by in a blink of an eye, and the past week really woke me up from whatever false narratives I've been telling myself. I guess it just reminded me that everything is only as good or as bad as I want it to be, and that we are in full control of our reality. Because the truth is, we can think a shit ton of things in a day, but the thoughts that we give power to are the ones that narrate how we go about our day, how we go about our life. And if you're giving a lot of power and attention to these negative thoughts, they're gonna blow up in your life. Your problems are gonna seem bigger. Everything is gonna seem like it's going to shit. It's like if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you just keep thinking about that and the rest of your days goes to shit, that's not because it's out of your control. It's because you focused on that thing, you know? And I guess for me, I was okay, Lunar New Year, shedding all of this stuff and whatever. And I think I've been doing a lot of shedding overall over the past year. And I guess the thing that I keep not shedding, or I keep fighting, the one that I'm fighting the most to shed, is my own belief of myself. Because I feel like I either have a really positive view of myself or a really negative one. And I guess that negative one was brought into the light this past couple weeks, because I was realizing how many times I was the one putting myself down for no reason, and then building continuous stories off of that. And it's crazy how much power your mind has. If you tell yourself that you're being too much, you're gonna feel like you're being too much in everything that you do. And it's gonna, the stories you tell yourself are gonna blow up in your conversations with other people. You're gonna feel like what you're saying is true, because you're conforming your reality to your own thought. And I just think that's crazy, because I didn't realize how much I was doing that in a negative way to myself, until I guess I'm giving someone else advice on something, and then I'm oh shit, how can I be saying out here do what you love, everything will align when you act out of love, and I'm over here not loving how much I'm being, not loving completely myself. I do. The thing is, I can't even say that, because I do love myself. And I know that that's been something that I've worked on over the past year, is really falling in love with myself and who I am and what I'm here for. But I also can see where these fears keep testing that. You know what I mean? And I have to keep reminding myself that the fears don't speak for me, and I just have to move out of love. I literally just have to focus on the positive and how much I do love who I am, rather than am I enough, am I being too much, am I this and that and whatever, acting out of fear. And I'm rereading Love is Letting Go of Fear, so it's kind of just opening that thought process again, of literally seeing it as that simple as love versus fear. Because the truth is, yes, there's a lot that goes in between love and fear. There's a lot of factors to everything in our life, right? But are you moving out of love, or are you moving out of fear? And the love doesn't have to mean, love to me, I guess love and fear to me also coincide with good and bad, and positive and negative. And love is just moving from a place of the way I interpret it, admiration, appreciation, gratitude, positivity, love, literally just spreading love, whether it's to your family, to your friends, to your partners, to what you're doing, to what you want to do, to your hobbies, to yourself. Like, it's a lot of things to me. And fear is anxiety, stagnancy, comfort zones, like this like uncomfortable, I don't know if I should say this type of vibe, like that anxiety that keeps you from doing things that will align you. And the fear, I guess, is either out of things changing or out of things not changing or out of being alone. And like these fears then have like their beliefs that come with it, and it's a whole thing. And like, I don't know, I guess rereading this book has made me realize where I still let fear dictate my life, because I've changed a lot of the ways that I think to be from love. And I don't think that fear is something that is ever fully gone, because so many people in the world move out of fear, and you're bound to be human and let that affect you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I think I have to give myself grace, and where everyone should give themselves grace, is like, there is no perfection, is not a thing, like you cannot be perfectly love. And that's God and the universe, like that is what that is. And obviously we are sons and daughters of that. So yes, we are perfect in our love, but we are also human. Like, and the things that the feelings and anxieties that we feel, and the fear is bound to happen. It's just about whether you let it control you, and just being aware. I think awareness is the biggest skill that anyone can have, because no matter what happens, you're able to call yourself out and be aware of who you're being and where you're moving from, and like you're aware of how you can fix that or how you can sit in your misery. And I think awareness is like the biggest tool. And I think it's the only way to truly know yourself, is to just be aware of everything. And you're not trying to run from the bad. You're not trying to run from the good. You just are aware of it. And I think what a lot of us forget is that, like, when we're aware, it doesn't mean we have to act on everything that we feel. Like, and I learned that a lot, through like therapy. One of the things that they teach you is like judgment diffusion. Like, okay, what I'm thinking, I don't have to act on it. I'm just going to diffuse the judgment that I'm giving this specific thought, like, because I think it's normal it is normal for us to think about literally everything, like intrusive thoughts that we have that feel like, what the fuck? Like, why would I think that? Like, it's normal for you to have intrusive thoughts. Bro, your mind never shuts up throughout the day. Like, you just have to learn to either tune it out or tune it in, depending on what you want to focus on. So if you're having a lot of negative thoughts, just to change the fucking radio station. You know what I mean? Like, your mind is thinking everything, so you just have to change your radio station and pick to channel your energy into the more positive ways of thinking, because it exists in your brain. It's just whether you're stubborn enough to like are you stubborn and you're not gonna let yourself think positively? And I think about how many people do that. Like, I think about how much I did that. If someone like asked me to take a deep breath at sometimes when I'm frustrated, I think about how many times I like won't take that deep breath, just out of like spite almost. And that's also me neglecting something that would help me. You know what I mean? Just because I don't want to let go of my pride, let go of my ego. Fuck my ego. Fuck anyone's ego, bro. Like, what the fuck? What are we all who are we trying to impress? Who are we trying to impress? If we are perfect as we are, and we are all put here with a unique gift and unique ways of being, unique fingerprints, unique everything, why are we all trying to fit into something? And our egos is what makes us try to fit that mold of like fitting in general. Like, I just think our egos are like so fucking high for no reason. Like, what are we trying to be perfect for? We already are perfect. Like, we are made imperfect. So why we are made in perfection. So why are we trying to be like perfect to our I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down, because man, it's really like, it is that deep and it's not that deep at the same time. Like, and I think like I used to get really frustrated when people were like, bro, it's not that big of a deal, because yeah, you're right. Like, it isn't that big of a deal. But then I'm also human and I want to feel things and like whatever. And I feel like that phrase to me was really triggering, to be like, it's not that big of a deal, meant like you couldn't feel. But it's not about that. It's just that, like, yes, emotions and feelings and all of these things are deep, but they're only as much as power as you give them. And, you know, I think that the things that should have more power is like what we love and where we want to move from our point of love and alignment. And like, I think that stuff should be a big deal to us. What someone says about you, what someone, like anything outside of your perception of yourself, like of your being actually yourself, I think that should not be a big deal, because it doesn't matter what anyone says ever. Like, the right people and things will align for you. There is right people and things for you. That is like what you were put here. You weren't put here to fucking eat shit, man. We were all put here for a reason. And if you have a voice, you have some shit to say, like, fucking use it, man. Like, use your voice, use your talent, use your discernment to do what you feel is right, because you were put here with that for a reason. Like, that is your talent for a reason. Use your intuition. Like, trust yourself. Trust that everything is gonna work out. Trust that it's all in a good sense, like that it's all headed towards something good. Bro, my finger won't stop bleeding. I like cut one of my cuticles or whatever and it keeps bleeding. Whatever. The point is, my ADHD. The point is, just move from love, man. And you're bound to have fear. Like, you're always gonna have that at some point, you know. It's just how much power you give it. And I don't think fear should have any fucking power, because it's all moving from an egotistical standpoint, and there is nothing that we are here to prove. We already are what we need to be. Like, that whole, like, you know, aligning yourself with like your higher self or whatever, like, because I've been reading a lot of like those types of books and seeing a lot of those types of things, and it's like, well, really, like, when we were born and like when we were kids, like our children, our inner child, right? And this is pulling from like The Artist's Way in that sense, right? Like, your inner child is that pure sense of creativity and play and fun and love, and we just get tainted by other people's egos and like, unfortunately, the realities that people build for us, and then we adopt those ways of thinking. And if you never become aware of it, you just kind of stay in this cycle. But if you have the privilege to become aware of that you're living in someone else's perception, like, and you get to fix your beliefs and allow yourself to get closer to that inner child, like, which is you, like, your inner child is just like who you really are, that we all like have when we're like those dreams and aspirations that we had when we were a kid, the type of love that we gave, like who we really wanted to be, all of that stuff is who we really are. And I'm 100% convinced that like whatever aspiration you had as a kid is like what you're here for, and we just get tainted by reality. And I just think, like, if you want to align yourself with that, you have to stop fearing. Like, you have to stop thinking about what other people think and about anybody else's perceptions of anything, because they're all built off ego and false beliefs that people just keep adopting and not becoming aware of. Like, if you want to be your best self, align yourself with who you are. Like do the things that you love, play around a little, like fuck up, fail, and then get up and do it again and keep finding what you love, because failure is, I hate that word because someone made it up. You know what I mean? Like, there is no such thing as actually failing. It is all just a lesson to align you with where you're actually supposed to go. And failure is seen as such like this negative thing that, like, you know, you fail and like that means that something wasn't meant for you or da 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 da. Like, no, bitch, you gotta fight for what you want, for one, and you gotta follow it with love. And any so-called failures are really just lessons and realignments. Like, they're just, and even like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you want to release a song and you release a song and it doesn't do as good as you wanted it to, and to that, in your head, you're like, that's a failure. No. And also doesn't mean that you're closed off on that song. Like, you can rewire the way that you express yourself through something, and maybe you take bits and pieces of it and you rebuild and you learn from that. that this isn't the reason that this didn't take off is maybe you didn't tell the story the way you were supposed to. So you just have to like retell it. Like, it's not, in that sense, it's not that fucking deep. Like, keep trying, man. Like, because who cares what anybody else thinks? Who cares if someone's like, damn, this bitch won't let it go. Like, she keeps trying. Yeah, I won't let it go, because what else am I here for other than to try and fail and try again and keep going and figure out who I am and who I'm meant to be, and just spread love while I'm at it, bro. Like, inspire people and be a source of good. Like, that is what we're here for. And we all have our individual ways of expressing that you know from your inner child. But if you don't become aware, then you're just living in this cycle. I don't know. It's just a whole thing. I could go in circles about this conversation. But read Love is Letting Go of Fear by Gerald G. Jampolsky. I just think, like, the book is really simple. Like, maybe I should just do like an audiobook. The book is really simple. And it really is like very dumbed down, I'm gonna say, because like I think a lot of us like are intimidated by like complex things and also by simple things, because we're like, it can't be that easy. But I think he dumbs it down and complicates it this perfect amount for you to like just put it into perspective that it really is just love versus fear. It's really just that simple of, are we acting out of love? Are we acting out of fear? When you say anything, when you make a movement, when you make a decision, are you acting out of love or are you acting out of fear? And then what do you want to align yourself with? Because if it's gonna be love, which I hope everyone here wants to align themselves with love and positivity and good and all this stuff, then why would you let fear ever dictate? Why would you let fear have the wheel at any point, you know? And once you become aware of that, you just keep choosing love. Anyways, I feel like I went in circles a lot in this specific podcast, but I think that was a message that I was meant to say today, because I just woke up this morning, I had a nightmare, I don't know, and I just woke up with this feeling of like, spread love and like just remind people to love. Love everything that you do and don't be scared. Fuck, man, love loud also. Like, if things don't go right, they're not meant to go that way, but at least you know that you were true and honest and you love you gave your best, you gave your all. Love with your whole fucking heart. Put your heart into everything that you fucking do, man. And whether it's like where you work, what you do, who you talk to, your partners, your friends, like, and if they're not accepting of it, let them be cleared out. Let that fear be cleared out, because they're just moving out of fear, and you can't fix everybody. As much as we want to, we can't fix everybody. And I think that was one thing for me too, is like, it sucks to see people that you love move out of fear, but you can't fix everybody, you know? You can only lead by example. And when you're an example of good and love and purity in that sense, and pure love, the right things will fall into your life. And it sucks to learn that sometimes that's not what we thought it was, but remember that it's all for a higher purpose. It's all for a higher good, and everything happens for a reason. And no regrets, you know? Anyways, I love you all, and tell someone you love them today. Make someone smile. Make yourself smile. Look in the mirror and say, I love you. And then say it to people that you love, and do what you love, and just, yeah, choose love, man. Anyways, this has been Just Start Talking. I checked, it was episode 6, and I'll see you next time.